Hi, welcome back for day 7 of the Wonder Wife workshop. I wanted to take some time today to discuss some recommended communication skills that we can keep in mind when we're speaking with our spouse and when we have something that we need to share with him. So I've seen personally these general communication skills being so effective in my over a decade experience of teaching in the classroom. But these skills can not just be used in teaching, but can also be used in speaking with our husband, speaking with our children, somebody in the grocery store, really with anybody. And skill number 1 is making eye contact with the listener when you are speaking to them. We know that this has become increasingly challenging in today's day and age, where we know the familiar scene. You have a wife and she's buried in her phone, and a husband across the table and he's also buried in his phone, and they're saying, hi honey, how was your day today? Oh, it was good. Not making eye contact, not really engaging in a truly committed conversation to one another. So obviously we want to stay away from that, right? We know that this is common sense, that we shouldn't be looking at other things when we're having a conversation with someone. We should be making eye contact. But just because we know it, it doesn't mean that we're actually living and practicing it and have it in our consciousness coming into action. So hopefully by listening to this, we're going to commit to making that change. So a few things can come from when we make eye contact with somebody when we're sharing with them. First of all, we're telling them we're committed to you. I have something important that I have to share with you. And we hope that in turn, the listener, in this case our husbands, will do the same and will give us their full attention, right? The other thing that can come from this is by them giving us our attention, hopefully the messages have a greater chance of actually penetrating the heart and mind of our speaker, right? So very important to make eye contact, to put all distractions aside and to say, okay, right now I have something I have to share with you. I'm giving you my full attention. I'd love your full attention as well. Recommendation number 2 is to limit yourself in what it is that you have to say to 1 or at most 2 topics when sharing with our husband. And I know sometimes we have an emotion or a feeling, sometimes of resentment or of disappointment, that we choose not to share, and we hold on to it, and it builds and builds and builds. And with that, the list of our complaints and our grievances can grow longer and longer. So when it comes the moment for us to finally share that feeling, sometimes it can be this unloading of, as long as we're talking about this, let me also mention X, Y, and Z, and it starts to become this whole long tirade of complaints. And this can be counterproductive for several reasons. First of all, your husband is going to start to become impatient and distracted midway through this long tirade, right? When we start to pile things on and give a whole list of complaints, then usually they start to tune out midway through. Also, it means that we can't actually delve into depth into one central issue, really get to the heart and to the root of that and work on that issue together as a couple. So it is much, much better to choose 1 topic, at most 2 topics at a time, to bring up, to discuss with your husband in an open, sharing, but not attacking way, as we've been talking about the past few sessions, and really zone in on that issue and save the other issues for another time. So I'm going to follow my own advice now. Those are our 2 things that we're going to discuss today, so I don't overwhelm my listeners as well. So once again, let's all commit to trying to make eye contact when we're having our conversations and choosing 1, at most 2 topics to share with our husband at a time. Thanks so much for listening. Wishing you all a great day.